Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps keep the video on the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay. Also, if you want to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Okay. I wanted to talk about CEO Jizzle. Okay. I wanted to talk about CEO Jizzle. Of course, we know that CEO Jizzle was arrested. It looks like that he was arrested on the 10th, which would be the day before yesterday. Of course, he's had the warrant since last month. Shout out to my subs, Great Face. When the warrant was uploaded last month, he sent me a message letting me know that Jizzle had a warrant. Okay, of course, I didn't talk about it because I know if I just didn't want to talk about it. Okay, and just for many reasons, y'all know that I like CEO Jizzle. Okay, I do. And I think that CEO Jizzel is definitely one of the young men that could be up next in the city of Memphis. Okay. And when I looked at CEO Jizzle's charges, okay, when I looked at his charges, I felt like it was very thin for the marshals, which is the federal agents, to be going and getting CEO Jizzle for um what picking him up on those charges that he had. Okay, picking him up on those charges that he had. Normally marshals don't get into stuff like that as far as picking up somebody on those types of charges, right? um I want to pull up those charges first. Okay, we when I looked at the warrant last month, when Greyface told me about the warrant, I saw where it was these charges right here. Of course, he was given a bond on those charges. I didn't see in the system, the public system, where he had violated. He has a lawyer, so it looks like the lawyer was continuously getting his court date continue, right? And so what ended up happening was the judge, for some reason, it doesn't say that he was violated. It does not say that he was violated not one time. So I don't know what they put a warrant out for him for, but they gave him a bond of $1,000. Okay. So when he went to court today, they gave him a bond of $1,000, which is, he can get out on $100. Okay. He can go get out on $100. So I don't even really, you know, I don't know why the marshals would go and pick him up and they hold him in jail for 2 days just to give him $1,000 bond so he can get out on $100. Like I said, that was just really paper thin to me, right? So, anyways, I see that now. I don't know if it's something else that's going on, but from what I can see, he has been given $1,000 bond. He didn't violate the first bond. Okay, he didn't violate the first bond. It does not say that at all. Okay, so hey, I don't see any reasons why he wouldn't get out. Hey, I thought that because they went and picked him up for something so minute that they was looking to try and hold him for something else, but of course the judge is giving him a bond. I don't see where there are any holds or anything on him at this point, right? It does not say that there are any holds. He didn't violate his bond. Let's see. These are the affidavits from when he was arrested back in July. Remember, when he was in North Memphis, in South Memphis, right around Tate Street. When he was in South Memphis around Tate Street. And it says that result bench warrant. That's really weird, but he was given a bond. Um, Yeah. So um that's about it. You know, these are his charges, all of these charges that um like I said, that the feds normally wouldn't even bother anyone for, right? The feds normally wouldn't even bother anyone for. So, like I said, that's extremely thin within itself. Um, but hey, he's still in jail. I'm sure that $100 done been paid, and it probably is going to take. He'll be out by tomorrow for sure. I don't see where there are any holds on him. I don't know why they even put a warrant out for him. He didn't violate anything. Like I said, he had an attorney that was getting his court dates continued, so he did miss court. He was getting them continued. Because if he had missed court the first time, they would have put out a warrant for him. They held him in contempt and put out a warrant for his arrest. Right, that did not happen because his attorney was handling that. And then all of a sudden, a warrant is put out for him last month for these very charges right here that he was out on bond for. He didn't violate his bond. It's not saying that. He did not forfeit his bond. It's not saying that. So I find it extremely weird, you know, that they would go and send the marshals to put out a warrant for him to have a reason for it, and then send the marshals. Normally for charges like that, they send the sheriff, you know. They send the marshals for people like straight dropping Cornelius, right? Um, but I mean, it's really weird within itself. But he's got $100. The judge gave him $1,000 bond. As of right now, I don't see any holds on him. Okay, I don't see any holds on him. Um, hold on, I'm looking at something else. Um, yeah, a child. He down there in lower level A. I told y'all they put the warrant out on they put the warrant out on him on looks like 11/20/24. Let's see, case number C1906226. Hold on, let me look at something else. Let me see something. Are they trying to charge him with something from years ago? Because it say 19019 and 2000. Are they trying to give him some charging with something from 19? I used to know how to read those numbers, those case numbers, and could tell you what month, day, and year um, that this stuff was for. But it looks like he has a case from 2019. Okay, let me see something. Hmm. That's a juvenile. That's from. Hmm. What happened? It was bonded over. Ooh. So looks like, oh Lord, state warrant document. So they're trying to go back way to 2019 and charge him with something from 2019. Okay, now I see what's going on. Petition to revoke suspended sentence. Okay, so they had sentenced him, and somehow there was a petition to revoke it from 2019, y'all. And they issued a warrant on November the 20th, as what Justice Greyface reached out to me and told me. Um, they put out a warrant on him. Okay, now I see. Transferring case to another division. Okay. Um, so I don't think anything has ever ain't even been dealt with for these particular charges. Like they haven't given him. Let's see, he was incarcerated. He was on probation, supervised probation for 1 year in 2020. Jail release with state probation in 2020. Oh wow. Um, let's see. 1 year suspended term. 1 year term, suspended term, 1 year. Oh Lord, look like they're gonna try to put him in jail, back in jail to finish serving out that 1 year. That's really that's weird. Um, stop. So okay, let me look at another case of his. I'm glad I paid attention to that. Um, so no wonder they're trying to go back to 2019 and 2020, and they have not set a bond for him on those cases. I see what's going on. They're gonna try to hold him and make him. They're suspending his sentence from 2019 and 2020, and they're gonna try to make him go in and do that time. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the charges that he got um back in back then. They said it was a juvenile. Let's see, he's 23. Um, so he was 19 years old, which means he was still an adult. But they said it came over from juvenile. Hold on, let me look at these cases. I tell you, indicted. Mm. Criminal Division 3. The case is active and is open. Criminal attempt, theft of property, 60,000 potential. Petition to revoke suspended sentence, 11. That I guess he was still on paper, and they're trying to revoke it. They want him to go back in because they said the case was disposed. Case was disposed of 7/27/2020, and they open it. Look, move. Look at me. Move. Stop. Let me finish. They gave him 3 years, and they suspended it those 3 years with probation in 2020. Oh Lord, they're gonna try to make him go and do all that time. So they gave him 3 years with a suspended sentence, jail release with probation order. So that's 3 years. I forget what the other was. Um, they put a warrant out to transferring to another division. So they're transferring that case to another division, gave him a state warrant and transferring that case to another division. Y'all, these are old charges that they are violating him on. And I don't know if it had anything to do with what happened back in July when he got arrested, but I see what's going on now. They taking old cases from 2019 and 2020, okay, to have a reason to keep him in jail. And I see where they suspended his sentence and gave him 3 years probation. That was back in 2020. It seemed like to me the probation now is 2024. Shouldn't the probation be over? Let's see, 2020. Yeah, it should have been over. Um, yeah. Mm. So that's 3 years right there. The other one was, I believe, 1 year. So that's 4 years. And let me look at the last case, okay? Because there is another one. There is definitely another one, okay? Let's see. Hold on. Okay. This one was held to state. He had 3 felony E's, a felony B. Now that's a high felony, and a felony D. They violated him on, and this was from 2019. And they wanted to they did a petition to revoke that sentence of probation. They had disposed the case, and you know it's not disposed. He was supervised 2 years. They sentenced him to 2 years. They suspended the 2 years and gave him release with probation. So it looks like they're going to try to get him to serve all of that time. So it's not even about the charges. It's not about the charges from that's why I couldn't understand. It's not about the charges from what he got this year. Although maybe this is why they're revoking his sentence because of that. But I mean, I think it's a mess in the game too. But if he's out on probation, it seemed like to me, because it was 2019, 2020, that all of this he should have satisfied all that. He shouldn't even be on paper. And so they wait to 2024 to violate him. So on one of them was 3 years, one of them was 2 years, one of them was 1 year. Okay. So if they're trying to get him locked away for 6 years, because when they violate you and suspend the sentence, they revoke that. So that means you got to go back in and serve out that time, right? So it looks like to me that they're trying to get him off the street for 6 years. So hey, this is not even about what happened. That's why I couldn't understand. I was like, he didn't violate, that, but I don't know if they're saying now that when he went to jail, he violated um his paperwork, but it was back in 2019, 2020, which means he shouldn't even be on paper. That's kind of weird. But then there was a petition to revoke the suspended sentence back in 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, and the judge agreed to go ahead and let him stay on out. I don't know if they extended his probationary time. That's what it seems like, because if it was the original, then it would have expired, right? He wouldn't be on paper anymore. So I think it's a mess in the game. They definitely working overtime to try to get all of those young men off of the street. They've gotten Young Mob. Stupid Duke. Now they're trying to, if Jizzel, if the whatever, depending on what judge he get, they violated him from old charges that he was still on paper for. Okay, if he have to go in and do that time, it's gonna add up to 6 years. So they feel like they get him off for 6 years. They messing with Kenny Money behind the scene. They messing with BEO. Okay, so hey, I think that it's sad. Moochie just got out. Big Unk is still locked down. So I mean, this is a strategy of somebody to anybody that is affiliated with Young Dolph's label and all of that. Hey, they trying to ensure that they start removing them another way. Okay, we can't put out hits and do to them what we did to a young dog because we were being watched. So our strategy is to work with the people and get them violated. Get people to look up what they got going on, and because they do that, right? Just like they hire people to get your information so that they can harass you and you know they feel like if it's not documented that they are messing with you, or they have bloggers harassing you and putting your stuff out there. It's a lot of things that they do. That's the reason why I document everything. And I guess because they think that they're just that smart, right? But I mean, this is another one of those things. So that's why I say that Jizzel and them definitely need to change up their strategy because they're not playing the same game. Uh, Key Glock and them, they're playing I'm talking about their opposition is not playing the same game. They feel like we don't care. People can't prove that we are snitching on them. We can't eliminate them the way we want to because we already, got a negative connotation on us as it relates to what we did to young dogs. So we're gonna go about it. Hey, we're gonna go about it another way, and that other way is get over here, and that other way is having them locked up. And we don't care about being called snitches. We still gonna make money. We gonna put our music and hey, we don't care about what people say. And I think that's the thing that BEO and all of them are gonna have to do. Start telling on them. Don't care. The folks ain't gonna be able to prove that y'all telling on them. Do it back to them. Don't let them strategize and take y'all down like that. Start reciprocate that same energy. Don't care about people well, I'm keeping it real. I don't fool with the police. You talking to y'all talking about strategizing. These folks out here doing all types of stuff. Y'all better tell on them. If y'all tell on them, listen, and ain't nobody got to know. Ain't nobody got to know. That's how they doing it. They getting their girlfriends and stuff to call in to Crime Stoppers and report stuff. And then they they're obligated to start investigating. They call having they folks to call in to the feds and say that BEO and them riding with something because they mad because he doing shows. And so they throwing stuff up against the wall every time. We're gonna call the folks until they catch them with something. They ain't catching this time. We're gonna call until they do. That's throwing something up against the wall until something sticks. Okay, we'll get him one time and then he'll be violated. Right? Y'all better reciprocate. They better start reciprocating that energy. Shoot, well, I ain't gonna say nothing cause I'm a real nigga. Nobody cares. You trying to make money. Nobody cares about realness because they're not gonna remember you if you're locked down in a year or so. And then the opposition is happy they won. They don't remember that real nigga stuff, as you all call it, quote unquote. You you're gonna have to start reciprocating, throwing the same type of ball, playing this in the same type of ball game that they playing in, right? It ain't about keeping it real. It's about keeping it right. Right. And so when they see that for every lie they tell, to try to get you violated, try to get you messed over, they got one coming too. Okay. Well, I know about such and such did this. Y'all need to start looking into that. Get your women to call like they do and do the same thing, or their assistants and stuff. That's the way the game has to be played. Okay, that's our strategy. Anyways, CEO Jizzel, he they trying to lay my boy down. They trying to lay him down. They done violated him from way on back in the day. They trying to lay my child down for 6 years. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Um, like I said, I'm glad I looked closer to that into that. I am. Because when I started looking at them numbers, I saw that I was like, wait a minute, these are more felonies. So, anyways, hey, we shall see. But he did get $1,000. He didn't violate the charges that he just got back in July of 2024. I don't even know why they would give him another bond on that. I guess they know they ain't doing, they know that's wrong. So they just make the bond so low that it's ridiculous. He did not violate the first one, really. He didn't, not that one. So they give him $100 bond, but they violate him on charges back from 2019 and 2020, where he's gonna be looking at laying down for 6 years. Okay. Hey, it's a cold game, I tell you. But anyways, you guys, if you all want to support the channel, bring it back. I want you all to definitely support the channel. You can support the channel via Cash App or Super Thanks. It would definitely be appreciated. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. Talk with you later.